Stephen, back into league action again tomorrow. Kelly up next. How are you feeling for it?
Well, we're looking forward to it. After last week's comeback and the enthusiasm and appetite the players showed, I think they're ready for the game. It's just about churning out performances now. It's been a tough spell. We've quite a lot of games. We've got another tough week coming up. We've got 3 games in the week. So, ultimately we want to start off on the front foot. We want to get a good positive performance. I think that's been 5 wins in a row that we're on now. So it shows that they're taking on the information of just trying to replicate their performance all the time, trying to maintain their high standards. In the last couple of weeks we've given ourselves a mountain to climb in a couple of games. The cup game against Partick Thistle, last weekend against Hamilton. We can't afford to do that. Somewhere along the line, if you keep doing that, the mountain becomes too high and you don't actually reach the top. So we want to try and get in front. We want to try and dictate the game if we can. The players know what's required of them. We've done a little bit of shape and stuff this morning, some kind of patterns of play, and just trying to re-emphasise all the good stuff that we can try and do. So hopefully that will come to fruition tomorrow night.
You touched on the 5 wins in a row there. It has been a terrific run so far. How much does that play a part, Craigan, when you go into a tough spell like this?
Well, it's good because we've now got 13, 14 players who can play. That's the key message. Players who've come in and done well. Some have stayed in the team. Some weren't in the team in the first half of the season. They've now got themselves in the team and they're staying in the team. So there's always that little bit of pressure from them looking over the shoulder, knowing somebody can come in. We have put 3 lads out on loan, Tom, Dylan and Luke. So that's important for their footballing career, that they have to go and play first team football. So it opens up the doors for other people now to come in and try and play. It'll not be the most experienced under 20 team tomorrow night, but we're full of confidence and we feel if we can go and put on a performance, as I say, replicate what we speak about. It's giving people opportunities like young James Scott. Hopefully they'll get some game time tomorrow night, and the only way you learn about these young players and see them progressing is playing in games, playing against experienced players and senior players. So it'll be interesting to see how they cope, see if they've took on the information. We've worked with James over the past while trying to look at different aspects of his game. So I'm always looking forward to seeing them playing. The younger ones we want to see trying to play as much as we can. So it helps when you're winning games because everybody wants to play in the team. Everybody's full of confidence, and we just have to keep it going.
Kelly, early in the season you lot won 1-0, so that was a good result, but how much does it play a part? The sides can be so different now, Craigan. At Rugby Park, tight pitch, it can be a difficult place.
It can, well that's the hard bit, not knowing what the opposition is going to be like. I saw them a couple of weeks ago against Partick Thistle when they played quite a young side, and Thistle were good on the day and won, I think 3 or 4-0. They had a young side out against us earlier in the season, but depending on what Lee Clark's going to do with his first team squad, I know they have a league game this Saturday against Dundee, so whether he's trying to keep players fresh, But ultimately, we have to look after ourselves. It's nice for the young ones to have to play against the experienced players. Of course, there's inconsistency in performances because sometimes it's inconsistency in team selections from everybody in the league. First team is always the most important one at the club. I say that continually. So if managers feel like they want to play some older players for game time, then they have to. So we'll be the same. The likelihood is we'll have a couple of older ones playing tomorrow, just to get some game time, just to keep themselves up to speed, trying to show the manager that they're ready to go and play. Trying to maintain our form. That's got to be the key message. Of course, the results are important, but it's performance level I want from them. It comes down to an individual thing. I've said it before. That's how they're going to get into the first team. Not because the team are winning games, but because they're playing well and they're doing their things right, and they're performing at a high level, and that's how they'll progress themselves.
Tom Fry, Dylan Mack and Luke Watt all out on loan. We see Dylan Mack score at the weekend, and the experience for them could be invaluable, couldn't it, when they come back?
Well, the whole point of sending them out, particularly Dylan, Dylan was on the fringes of the first team, and the manager wanted him to go play some games, score some goals. He scored his first goal in his first start. So he arrives back in the summer full of confidence and ready to go for next season, really to push for a first team place. Luke's possibly the same. Luke's got another year left. It was important for him to go out and play again, and he'd played some games at Stranraer. For Tom, we just wanted him to get out and try and experience first team football. Jim Chapman hasn't really seen an awful lot of him. But I said Tom's the right type. Tom's got a little bit of fire in his belly, and if he wants to go and prove someone wrong, or not wrong, but prove what he can do, I said to Jim Chapman and Annan, he will get into your team somewhere along the line. He's got kind of determined character, which Jim quite likes. So Tom will play tomorrow night, so Jim can have a look at him in a different position to see if he can play in his team. It's invaluable for them all. I would love to send another 3 or 4 out on loan. David Turnbull could probably do with it soon. Alan's dropped out of the first team picture, could probably do with it soon. Jake Hasty could probably do with it soon as well. But we have to fulfil fixtures in the under-20s, so we can't let them all go out on loan. So I would think in the next 6 months of the year, we'll probably look at sending some more out. So when they go, it's real football for them. That's the key message. It's real competitive football. Guys who are working all day, playing at the weekend, win bonuses mean something to them, promotion means something to them. It's their job. So for the young players to go and experience that and realise the severity of going out on loan, hopefully they can kick on.
And a couple of new faces as well, Craigs, Shea Gordon, Ollie Payne. Can we expect team news wise anything there?
Yeah, well, both will play. Both will play. I think it's important. We've got Ollie up from Sunderland. Jordan Pettigrew's done okay in the games he's played in. Ollie's a little bit older. With Peter being out, we wanted a more experienced goalkeeper. So Jordan at the minute is still progressing. He's got some games, and needs a little bit more work individually done with him. And if we get a new goalkeeping coach, that'll help him along the way. With Shea coming, I've known Shea from the last 3 or 4 years with Northern Ireland. I've had him in my under-19 squads previously. I know what he can do as a player. He was probably a little bit unstuck at Sheffield United. He's good fitness. He can handle the ball well. So we give him the opportunity to come and try and play some games, try and push himself into the first team, put himself in the spotlight. Sometimes a change of scenery freshens you up and gives you new challenges. He needed that. So he'll have an opportunity tomorrow night. We're not going to solely judge him on tomorrow night because it takes a little while to settle into teams, but he's shown good work so far. His attributes are good. Some of the coaching staff have commented about him, so there's an opportunity for him to go and progress. We would probably have liked to have added a couple more under 20s just to keep us strong, but we have what we have, particularly with the 3 going out on loan. It leaves you a little bit light because you don't want the boys playing every Saturday for their loan club and then playing Tuesday and Saturday. It's too much. We want them to be consistent at the weekend, but they'll be involved somewhere. The 3 will come down, whether they'll be on the bench, whether they'll get on, but they'll certainly keep us strong.
We look forward to seeing it tomorrow night, Craigs. Cheers.